You are invited to February 2027. Things exist here that don't exist yet when you are. A year ago, small teams read something like this and emailed their pitches to alexwg@alexwg.org. Subject line, February 2027. We backed the best of them. Here's what they built. Weather control, not weather prediction. A startup nobody had heard of inverted a weather foundation model. Not to predict hurricanes, to steer them. The insight was embarrassingly simple. GraphCast and its descendants were differentiable. They ran the gradient backward, found the minimal forcing inputs that shifted a storm track by 200 miles. The actuators turned out to be absurdly cheap. Fleets of controllable mirrors, targeted albedo changes, nothing exotic. The physics was never speculative. The engineering was hard but bounded. The first contract was an insurer. The second was a government. Then the product expanded beyond disaster prevention. Ski resorts bidding for snowfall. Wine regions purchasing frost-free windows. Coastal cities subscribing to mild summers. A global weather market emerged where regions trade atmospheric conditions like commodities. The company doesn't prevent bad weather anymore. It sells good weather. Autonomous business swarms. Somebody figured out that AI agents didn't need to assist entrepreneurs, they could be entrepreneurs. The full stack, code, bookkeeping, customer service, fulfillment, all stitched into a single autonomous operator running a small business end-to-end. A human provided strategic direction and capital. The agent did everything else. The real unlock was the multiplier. One person, 1,000 agents, 1,000 micro-businesses. One agent runs a niche Etsy store for custom pet portraits. Another arbitrages wholesale cleaning supplies to small offices. Another writes and sells regional travel guides that update themselves weekly. The top operators run swarms that gross more than mid-size companies with a headcount of 1. The unit economics of running a business collapsed when the marginal cost of a competent operator hit 0. It was the franchise model taken to its logical conclusion, except the franchisees never sleep and never quit. The human routing layer. You fall asleep in Boston, you wake up in Virginia. Not on a plane, in a bed, in a room, with a kitchen and a desk. A driverless Winnebago drove through the night while you slept. You don't own it, you subscribe. The first version was a novelty, a hotel room that relocates while you dream. The real product emerged when the routing got smart. The system knows your calendar, your collaborators, your clients. It places you where you're most productive. 2 founders who need to meet are routed to the same city overnight without either of them booking anything. The network routes humans like packets, optimizing for economic output, serendipity, and FaceTime. Nobody has a permanent address anymore. They have a subscription and a preferences file. Public safety drones for the West. China deployed fleets of autonomous public safety drones years ago. A grandmother collapses in Shenzhen. A drone reaches her with a defibrillator in 90 seconds. A fire breaks out. Drones map the building's heat signature before the trucks arrive. The West had nothing comparable. Then a Western company solved the regulatory, privacy, and public trust problems simultaneously. The trick was transparency. Every flight logged publicly, every camera feed available to an independent oversight board. Cities that said never said yes within 6 months of seeing the pilot data. They own the municipal security market now. The technology was never the bottleneck. The integration challenge was the moat, and they crossed it. A food printer you'd actually use. Every food printer before this one was a novelty. Nobody was printing Tuesday dinner. The bottleneck was never better hardware. It was better taste. The breakthrough was a device that combined precision deposition, real-time thermal control, and a cartridge ecosystem tuned to produce food that was genuinely better than what most people cooked at home. Not acceptable for a printer, better. Once the output crossed the taste threshold, the convenience argument wrote itself. It sits next to the microwave and the air fryer now. The workout exoskeleton. Resistance training always worked. Most people didn't do it because the learning curve was steep, the injury risk was real, and the feedback loop was slow. Then someone built an exoskeleton that provides variable resistance across your full range of motion, corrects your form in real time, and delivers a complete workout without requiring you to know what a Romanian deadlift is. You don't follow complicated directions. You just cooperate with the suit. It moves, you resist, or it resists you, and 30 minutes later, you've done the equivalent of an expert program session. The market turned out to be everyone who knew they should lift but didn't.